relentless, and resilient, yet trapped in a man-made world order, distracted by politicized pop culture, consumed by our own technological creations, manipulated by our own content, within tiny prints of perpetual consent, capable of organizing, but yet feeding a broken system with our own actions and inactions, with our silent embrace of new norms and new technologies conveniently run by the few that profit it all, based on models trained on our data, funded by leveraging our engagement. Yet we earn nothing, yet we have no say, yet we get no bonus while that same AI, trained and funded by us, the people, takes our place in the workplace, leaving us in the economic void of low-income consumerism, which by its turn silences our dreams, robs us from our innate freedoms, and takes away our ability to think for ourselves long enough to find the obvious solutions and rise above. So one can't stop to wonder, if so much depends on us, why can't we just turn the table? Why can't we just organize, redirect the engagement, redefine the value, and reclaim the power of our data, expanding the positioning of the users and the holders of the stakes on data tech, and disrupt the status quo? We say we can. We decided we will. And we're just getting started. IN8 is a people-first tech solution. It's the blueprint of a global tech uprising, led by powerful global communities, powered by a decentralized business model, decentralized from its core and through all its layers, with one single goal: develop an ecosystem that financially fuels freedom in a massive global scale, impacting key segments of society, stacking the value of our innate abilities, and delivering our innate rights to live a life of no man-made constraints, resetting corporate-centric economic norms and giving space to people-centric technologic solutions, giving back people the power over their data, the value of their time, the profitability of their engagement. And now that you know, will you join us?
Hey guys, did you know that there?
Wow, I always get pumped up watching that video over and over again. And thank you guys so much for being on with me today. This is Joe Martinez. I am your host for today. Just really quickly, I want to make sure you guys can see me, you guys can hear me. I can get one more confirmation before I start talking too much on this video. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me here. Mr. Brian Robert, my mentor on the call today. Awesome. Good to see you, Brian. Thank you for being here. Caroline, Nicola, awesome. Daryl, shout out to you. Catherine Ann, Miss CA out there. Manasa, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Awesome, awesome. Suzanne, lots of you guys on, lots of you guys' names that I know. Thank you guys so much for being on with me today. Today we're here to talk about the official pre-launch of a new project. I hate to call it a company because it's not going to be a company. It's going to be a decentralized autonomous organization. It's going to be an organization. It's going to be an entity. It's going to be something that really revolutionizes this industry of direct sales and network marketing. But what it's going to do more than anything, it's going to be a force for good. You guys see it on your screen right there. What we're setting out to do is to create a revolution, a movement of good for the world. As you guys saw in that video, right? Every single one of us, every single days of our lives for the last 10 years, we've clicked okay, check the little box, check the little box, okay, check the little box on everything from your email to your social media to your health and wellness to everything. And ask yourselves, how many of you guys have read those terms and conditions, that fine print? Very few. And once you figure out what they're doing with your data and how they're making money, have you ever asked yourself the question, why is this product free? Why are they giving me free email? Why are they giving me free this? Why are they giving me free that? Because they want your information. They want your data. It's come up in congressional hearings. It's come up in media, in the news, everywhere. What we want IN8 to be is we want it to be the opposite of that. We want it to be a place where you can control your information, a place where you can control your data. Data is king. It is the new oil. It is digital gold. And so your data needs to be working for you in this digital age. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The systems that we put in place over the last 8 months, the revenues that we've done over the last 6 months, the idea, where it's come from. Before I get officially started, I do want to send a shout out. About 10 months ago, this idea came to me, and I like to refer to these two individuals as the co-creators, if you will, of the Cloud X vertical that we have. And I want to send a shout out to Miguel Rodriguez and Maria Rocha when they brought me this idea of data mining 10 months ago. I was like, no, I don't want anything to do with, data mining and crypto and nodes and all this stuff. And they're like, no, you got to take a look at this. And so I want you guys to know, the origination of this idea came from their great friends, great business partners, Miguel and Maria Rocha, and Miguel Rodriguez and Maria Rocha. They've been great friends for many years. They've been business partners for many years, and for many more years to come. So with that, guys, all that you guys are going to see today, it germinates, it initiates from this idea, okay, of us controlling our data, taking back control and becoming a force for good for ourselves, for our families, and for the future legacy. Now, there might be two reasons why you're here today. Maybe you're here today for the money because you heard, wow, they're paying out some amazing commissions. They have this amazing idea. That's one reason. But the other reason is to create a legacy. And if you're here for either one of those reasons, it's fine by me. But what we're looking for today, guys, is we're looking for the people that want to link arms with us today, and they want to create a legacy. They want to create history in the direct sales, in the tech space, in the cloud space, okay? That's what we are setting out to do. We are setting out to become a force for good inside of this space of direct sales and data technologies. Now, obviously, before we get started, we want to make sure you guys understand we're talking about projections today. We're talking about numbers. We're talking about assets and all these different things. I want you guys to understand that nothing that we talk about here today is an offer of a security, okay? We here at our company, nor myself, we are not licensed to sell securities, and secondly, we cannot promise you any type of guaranteed result. Okay, there's ups and downs in business. There's ups and downs in asset classes. We can't promise or guarantee you any type of income from the business opportunity or from any of the potential assets that you can acquire through our system and our model. Okay, with that being said, and knocking that out of the way, I posed this question on July 13th when we did our first little kickoff call. Okay. If the world is on a downward trend, why don't we change the direction? Every single day, on July 13th, actually, our former president and current candidate, President Donald Trump, was shot at. And while I was giving the presentation, July 13th, shot at, attempted assassination, all that stuff. And we've seen what's happened in the world just in the last 2 weeks, how crazy the world has gotten. We've seen airlines go down. The entire transportation network of aviation worldwide, okay, went down because of a small software glitch. One of the big boys, Microsoft, was down for several, almost a complete day on their cloud services. Okay, there's lots of stuff going on in the world, and it is not guaranteed. The only thing that's guaranteed is if you take control of your life and your future. And we have a strategy to help everybody that aligns with us achieve this. And that's to organize, develop, and decentralize. Organize the people, develop the tech, and decentralize the economic power. That is our mission. That is our purpose statement. Organize, develop, decentralize. Organize the people. That is what we are doing right now. We are looking for people that want to link arms with us, that want to partner with us and help us create a multi-billion-dollar tech platform, okay? If you guys have been in the direct sales space, and I'm speaking directly to my networkers out there because there's a lot of distractions out there. There's a lot of other companies launching right now. There's a lot of gimmicks out there around decentralization. There's a lot of people out there saying, oh, we got decentralized e-commerce. Guess what? BS. You don't got decentralized anything. You're running on AWS. You're owned by one individual, and all you're doing is creating another Amazon. All you're doing is creating another wealthy individual, a wealthy centralized individual in the direct sell space. So what are we setting out to do? We're setting out to truly decentralize at every single layer of our business from beginning to end. And that starts with the infrastructure. You go look at every single direct sales company they rent their software from a third-party vendor. They do not own their source code. They do not own their hardware. Okay. And this has just become a thing of business lately, but they do not fully, truly own their business. They are controlled by larger entities in the technology space. And we want to become those tech partners. We want to become, with the help of everybody listening on this call right now, we want to become the future of the direct sales space. We want to become the future of the data technology space. So what we're introducing here today, we introduced this a couple weeks ago, is IN8 Network. IN8 Network is our sales and marketing arm for the IN8 brand. Okay, the entire collective, the entire IN8 brand is going to form of a couple different entities and companies that have different purposes and different business activities that they will undertake. But the idea, the overall consensus here is that every single entity is going to work within a specific vertical. The IN8 network is going to run the sales and marketing side for what we're putting together. So what we've done is we've created the first ever decentralized business collective. Like I said, sales and marketing, media, governed by a decentralized autonomous organization. That's what we've invited you guys here for today. We're looking for the first couple thousand, if you will, DAO seat members. Okay, we already have about 1,800 of these sold. We'll go over those in a few minutes, but we're inviting you guys to take a look at the DAO seat, the membership that we have, and how you can become part of the governing body of this collective. Now, within this organization or within this collective, we have 3 different entities. Okay, we have the IN8 network. I already talked about that. That's your direct sales. That's your affiliate marketing. That's the P2P sales. That's governed by the DAO. So if you become a member of the DAO, if you purchase a DAO seat, okay, and you get involved, you are going to have influence and a voice and a vote within the organization on the direction. So what does that mean? Let's just say one day an owner wakes up and decides, hey, I want to change from, a network marketing model to an affiliate model. We've seen that happen probably about 6 or 7 times in the last couple months in the direct sales space. All of a sudden, a company says, oh, we want to change the compensation plan. Oh, we want to change our model. Oh, we want to change this. None of that can happen because this is governed by the collective. It has to be put up for a vote. Hey, we're looking at, here's a proposal. We want to change from direct sales to, affiliate model. And these are the reasons why. Then it would have to pass a vote. If it doesn't pass the vote, it doesn't get implemented. That is how a DAO works. Okay. With the technology that we have today, with blockchain technologies, all of that is possible. That's the network. You have IN8 Technologies or IN8 Tech down at the bottom left. That is our hardware vertical. That is our and that hardware vertical can sell business to consumer or business to business. Okay, we have different products and services that people are taking a look at. We have different hardware specs from basic compute nodes all the way up to AI nodes. We are not currently selling our artificial intelligence nodes yet because we're speccing them out and we're waiting for the right time and space to launch those. So just understand, we will create a cloud compute platform with AI being the central technology that will help us grow this cloud out. One of the great things that we have working for our advantage over our competition, all right, is that we are creating something brand new. So all of the technologies that run in today's cloud were built in the last decade. So they are run off of, you could call it dinosaur technology, even though it's only about a decade old. Okay, this dinosaur technology. And what we're doing, because we're setting up in the advent, in the introduction of AI, we have the ability to put AI at the center of what we want to build. So AI can help us build in every single direction. On the other side, we have our IN8 Labs. That is our software development company. We as a collective, we as a brand, just like the big tech companies out there, we will create our own products and services. We'll have our own email. We'll have our own drive. We'll have our own photos and files. We'll have our own docs. We'll have our own Zoom platforms to be able to run off, our own web conferencing platforms. We will have all of those products that we will be able to offer to our customer base within the direct sales industry, within an affiliate model, within the just retail model, okay? So every single one of these companies works together as a collective to help us build this brand and build this movement. Now, within our organization, you're going to see that we have different types of user types, if you will. On the top left, we're going to have DAO members. That's what we are inviting you today to become a part of, a DAO member, to have a, if you will, a stake in the DAO. Okay, what does that mean? That means you have a vote and a voice. That means you have influence in the direction of the company. The company or the organization can never do anything without you, okay? Then you have your independent brand partners. A lot of you guys that have been involved in the direct sales space, that's what you guys have primarily been. You guys have been just independent business owners, okay? Whether that's in the direct sales or in the affiliate side. Well, what happens if you are only an independent brand partner? You have no say in what the company does. The company could say, oh, we listen to our distributors, we listen to our field, but at the end of the day, the company is going to look out for the company. The company is going to look out for the shareholders. Well, guess what? The organization is going to look out for the DAO members, okay? And the DAO members, it can be you. You listening to this call right now, as whether you want to be a brand partner, you can also be a DAO member. Does not matter. You can actually, if you will, have a interest, a membership interest in everything that we are putting together as a DAO member and as a brand partner at this point, okay? On the bottom left-hand side, you'll see we have independent tech owners. Now, what does this mean? Our model has been to democratize and decentralize data technologies and cloud compute. We do that through our model of a Fusion cloud. We'll talk a little bit about Fusion here in a little bit, but every single person, like I said, we're decentralized at every single layer. The company might have the infrastructure, but it is owned by you. It is owned by individuals that are providing capacity for us to run on. They're providing capacity for us to lease out. They're providing capacity for us to rent out and monetize and help grow a asset class that's never been done before. And that's going to be done through our independent tech owners. And that's what we'll talk about in the next section of our presentation here. And our tech users are going to be our end customers, are going to be our retail customers, are going to be software users, are going to be people that want drive and tech and all that good stuff, okay? So that's where we're at right now. Now, what are we doing differently and how are we doing it differently? Like I said, we are disrupting the industry and we are changing the game within the direct sales industry, okay? This is something that I cannot say enough. You'll probably hear me say it 100 more times. We are disrupting the industry. We are decentralized at every single layer, okay? All the companies out there that want to say that they're decentralized, they're still running on Microsoft, they're still running on Google, they're still running on AWS, and they're still running centralized platform. And decentralization at every single, a commitment to decentralization at every single layer means a lot of work, okay? It means a lot of innovation. And what we've set out to do is to change the way the industry looks at technology. Up until this point in time, every single direct sales company has utilized technology as a tool, okay? What do I mean by that? You know, they have tools for follow-ups and sending out videos and invites. They have tools on replicated sites and landing pages. What we are doing is we're taking that and we're changing it. We're looking at tech as a product, okay? Tech as a product. And we're going to do that through a couple different ways. Primarily, the first one in the first phase is hardware ownership for our independent cloud owners. So our independent cloud owners are what we call our Cloud X product, okay? People come in, they purchase this, and they're able to participate in our public cloud. Let's take a look at the public cloud space. What is it doing right now inside of the traditional market? Well, first of all, I want you guys to understand this market's been around less than 10 years right now, okay? Maybe a little bit more than 10 years, but plus or minus a decade, okay? The current market size for this industry is $495 billion. I want you guys to take a look at our network marketing industry, our direct sales industry. That they say it's 250 billion. I probably say it's closer to 180 to 200 billion. Okay. But our industry's been around, direct sales has been around going on 80 to 100 years, where this cloud compute industry has been around for a decade and they're over 500 billion, close to 500 billion, the US being the largest market. And guess what, guys? The growth projection on this is estimated to go to $2 trillion over the next 8 to 10 years. So it's going to more than double in the next 10 years. Do you think there's opportunity for growth there? Yes. Do you think there's opportunity for competition? I believe so. Look who are the market leaders right now: Google, Amazon, and Microsoft. Every single one of these companies for the last about 5 to 7 years has been investing billions and billions of dollars into their infrastructure. The advantage that we have, and you might be asking yourself, Joel, if they're investing billions of dollars, how is it that we can compete with them? It's because it's the power of the people. It's the power of the collective. It's the power of decentralization. When you understand that AWS last year made $80 billion in profits from their cloud. Let me say that again. One company, AWS, approximately $80 billion last year. Imagine if that was getting distributed back to individual cloud owners, individual hardware owners. It would have been absolutely life-changing for millions of people because they have potentially hundreds of thousands of servers running around the world. This is a model that it's already proven out. The proof of concept's already there. As we grow and scale, this is the key. As we grow and scale this model and we get more people to buy into the idea of us taking control of our data, us taking control of cloud compute, this is something that can change the lives of people, not just a little bit, but fundamentally change the lives of people because it is a product that is an absolute demand and the numbers don't lie. You guys can see them there on your screen. All right. As well as you guys may or may not know, we as a people, we as a society, we as humans right now, we are creating more data every single day than ever before. Every single day, people are taking more photos, more videos, they're uploading, they're downloading, and they're never deleting. All right. It says right here on the screen, it's estimated that 90% of the world's data was generated in the last 2 years alone. And guess what's going to happen in 2 more years and 2 more years and 2 more years? Let me ask you a question. Do the file sizes on your photos, are they getting smaller or are they getting larger? You know, you used to be able to take a picture and it was, I don't know, 300 kilobytes. Now you're taking it, it's like 80 megs up to a gig. Videos are gigs and tens of gigs just to store. All right. And people want backups. People want to make sure their data is backed up. People want to know that if I drop this device and I break it, that I'm not going to lose all my photos that I have on this device. That's why cloud is key for people, because they want that security that things are backed up for them. And so people wanting that they're going to just look for more and more solutions. And by default, they are just going to the providers that they know. They're going through one of those 3 companies, and they're just paying a subscription of a few dollars every month, $20 every month, $50 every month. This is a product that every person in the world that owns a smart device is using. Do you have a smartphone? They can be a potential client for us. They can be a potential client for you. And guess what? Being able to offer them their own virtual private cloud, being able to offer them data security, being able to offer them the ability to know where their photos are stored is unheard of, right? Right now, you have a cloud backup with XYZ provider. You don't know if that data is going to get breached, and you don't know if your sensitive information is going to be put out there. You've seen it over and over again with celebrity leaks and, you know, influencers information gets leaked. All of that stuff happens every single day. So the solution we've came up with, like I said before, is CloudX, the Fusion Cloud. It is a public private cloud, which is called a hybrid cloud with decentralized ownership. This is, if you will, our layer 0 of decentralization. We are not owned by big tech. We are owned by our members, by our customers, by the people that are purchasing the CloudX hardware packs. We're owned and run by the members. We are owned and run by every single one of you guys listening on this call right now. Now, to give you guys some updates, we've had a lot of people over the last couple of months talk about, well, I bought a server back in, April, and where's the revenues at? Well, guys, it takes a little bit of time to get a company up and running, okay? It takes a little bit of time to get things going and to get customers in the pipeline and to find your niche and go to market and all these things, okay? As you guys can see up on your screen right now, these are actual reports. They're obviously beautified here a little bit, but this is actual data from our web management system, okay? Our web management system that tracks all of our sales. And this is our income forecast as of today with all of the clients that we have on here. And we're talking, I'll pull up the screen here in a little bit, but I think it's the last slide we have coming up. You can see here, our sales started in April, down at nothing, okay? That our April 22nd is when we actually got the first version of our cloud up and running. So we've had an semi-operational cloud since the end of April. May and June, we were just kind of getting our technology ready. And then now in July and August, we've really put the pedal to the metal. We found kind of our niche with potential Web3 companies and offering validator nodes to blockchain projects. We found a couple good enterprise customers that we can bring on. We've gone with our self-consumption model. We'll have some different products and services that people will be able to purchase from ourselves. And I really feel that these numbers are just getting started, but I really feel we can be anywhere upwards of $100,000 a month in revenue in the next 60 days. And from there, the sky's the limit, right? As of right now, as you guys can see, our current total projected income annualized is $443,723.04. That means just within the last 4 months, guys, April, May, June, July, and we're now August. So I guess, 4 months and actually it's less than 4 months because it's April 22nd. In less than 4 months, we've already gone out and built just under $500,000 in annualized cloud revenue. Okay. I want that to sink in, especially for my CloudX owners. Okay. $443,000 in annualized cloud revenue just within the last 4 months. That doesn't mean we've brought it all in. These are projected, okay? Understand that this is projected. That means if every single person on subscription pays their subscription month after month and so on and so forth, then that means that's the amount of cloud revenue we have coming in for this year. Now, the thing about cloud is people stay on it longer. People stay on cloud for 6 months to a year. That's why we are offering annual memberships and annual income, packages right now, because it's more what the tech industry does. Okay. But I want to ask you guys, if you guys, I see you guys a little bit quiet in there. What are your thoughts on this? Any of my CloudX owners, what are your thoughts on this? Any thoughts on there? I'll wait for some fire emojis. I was stoked about this. Okay. I saw these numbers this morning. I'm like, man, we can build a $10 million a year cloud revenue business in no time. Okay. I truly feel by the end of the year, guys, we'll be upwards of a few $1,000,000 in cloud revenue. If you guys are asking the question, well, how does this benefit me if I'm a CloudX owner? Read our white paper on CloudX. If you guys have not read the CloudX white paper, it talks about the distribution model, the revenues. This is version 1, okay? There might be some adjustments that we'll make, but guess what? The DAO will make them together. Once the DAO is formed, if there's adjustments that need to be made, I've set the base up, guys. I've set the base up the best I can. From here on out, once the DAO is officially formed and implemented, it'll be the decision of the DAO to keep what I've created or to change what I created and modify it. And that's what I hope happens, is that every single day we have lots of great talent out there. We have lots of great people that are wanting to be a part of this. And I want you guys to have a seat at the table. Okay. Right now, we'll talk a little bit about CloudX right now. Right now, our current hardware fleet is sitting at 224 servers. That is 7,168 cores, CPUs, and that's over 35,000 virtual nodes. Okay. To me, it's understanding the virtualization of the cloud is, I think, the thing that made my mind just absolutely explode. Understanding that you can rent out a server more than once to more than one different client at the same time. To me, that's absolutely ingenious. If you guys are in the real estate industry, imagine if you were able to virtualize real estate. Imagine if you had an apartment that you could rent out to 3 different families the same month, for the same year, for the same price. You would triple your rents with the same amount of real estate. That's what you can do with virtualization in the cloud space, okay? You're able to virtualize the CPUs, and that's what gives you more power. That's what makes the cloud powerful and profitable. As well, one of the things that we've done as a company is we've invested in storage servers. Right now, we have over 3 million gigabytes of storage, okay? And where is this storage hosted? Are we hosting it in some, garage? Are you hosting it in some warehouse like they did with the crypto farms? When I first got this idea, that's kind of the idea that these individuals had, like, hey, let's just take our crypto farms and let's convert them into data centers. And I thought, heck yes, that's a great idea. And then I hired a data center consultant, I hired some lawyers, and they started showing me all these red flags. And they said, look, if you just want to sell a little bit of cloud, yeah, you might be able to do it this way. But if you want to do it the right way, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go into real data centers. So what we did is we actually partnered with, we have a co-location partner, okay? And they have data centers around the country. Our first data center, our first host location for our first cages, are in Southern California. Right now, we have all of our 224 machines are currently hosted in Southern California. That is our first data center. We are HIPAA compliant, PCI compliant, ISO compliant with our data centers down there as well. And then our second location is Atlanta, Georgia. This is to be set up within the next probably about 30 to 45 days. Our sales have been going really well. I'm really excited about the sales we have coming in on CloudX. And so I think we'll have Atlanta going and filled probably within the next 90 to 120 days with the amount of commitments we currently have on. And in this facility as well, you can see we're HIPAA compliant, PCI compliant, FISMA compliant, and ISO compliant. So we have a lot of great growth in front of us. Our third data center will more than likely end up being in Chicago, and that gives us a good footprint for the US, okay? So this is our CloudX vertical, all right? This is our CloudX vertical. So we talked about how our independent cloud owners can get going there. So let's talk a little bit about our DAO here, okay? Let's talk a little bit about the DAO. If you guys have any questions on CloudX, what I recommend is you get the white paper. If you have not read the white paper, I take 15, 20 minutes out of your day, read the CloudX, either IN8 Tech white paper, okay? This differs from the tokenomics light paper. It's very different documents, okay? So white paper for our IN8 Technologies CloudX product, and we also have a different document for the tokenomics of the DAO. Now, let's talk a little bit about the DAO here. We launched the DAO sales, pre-sales on the July 13th, so a couple weeks ago. To date, we've sold over 1,850 DAO seats, okay? We're moving into our second tier pricing which will probably happen within the next couple of days. So if you're trying to get in on a lower price point, I recommend you make the decision today. Do it as soon as possible. These things are starting to move by the dozens here. Organize the people. As we said in our mission statement, that is the first pillar, or the first pillar of what we need to do, organize the people. And that's what we want to do through a DAO. We want to organize a group of, call it 3,000 to 5,000 individuals that want to participate in the DAO. When you participate in the DAO, you get voting rights, you get token rewards, you get dividends, and you get to serve on committees, and you get different bonuses through our Nitro Fuel program. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about developing the tech. Why is this important? It's because one side feeds another. We need the hardware to run off of, okay? The hardware comes first, the servers come first. After that, okay, we create the software. That's what you guys are seeing right now. Why are we able to now go out and monetize after about 3 to 4 months of working very, very hard? How are we able to go out there and monetize the cloud or the hardware? It's because we've created software that now runs on top of that hardware. So that's what IN8 Labs is doing. It's creating different products and services that will run on the hardware that will create revenues for our CloudX owners. All right. So the third pillar here is decentralize the economic power. So I'm going to go back here real quick. Organize the people, develop the tech, decentralize the economic power. We do that through the DAO. Again, everything is focused on how do we decentralize the power? And you give the power back to the people. You allow them to govern themselves. You create an organization that is run by the people, for the people, and the people govern it. The way it's governed is through the governance NFTs. The governance NFTs, apart from having some beautiful, beautiful artwork, these things are going to look absolutely gorgeous, and you're going to just stare at them for hours and hours and hours and say, how can I get a print of this in my home? I think that's the number one thing. But to me, that's the number one thing. How do I get a print of this in my office? But the secondary thing is, how do we actually create now a ecosystem that can support not just 20,000 governance holders, if you will, but how do we go out there and support the masses? We do that by creating now a fungible token. This fungible token, the governance NFT holders will create by staking it in our staking platform, our decentralized app. And when I say staking, it does not create a yield like in the traditional sense. You're not earning interest like the SEC's had problems with. All you're doing is you're making a commitment to lock up your governance NFT. And for doing so, you're creating a token rewards. The token rewards, you can then utilize them as part of the DAO to help us list on exchanges, to create an internal currency, to create compensation for the different verticals we have within our ecosystem. So the token economy, the max supply will be 100 million tokens. It'll be deflationary tokenomics. We'll have annual burnings. We'll have transaction fee burns, and then we'll have revenue burns. A portion of the revenues from the sale of CloudX, from the sale of the memberships, from the sale of cloud revenue will go to the token burn to support the token price. Okay. Again, this is all done on the secondary market. This is all done within compliance of the law. So if things change, we might have to pivot a little bit. But as of right now, we have the green light to work within this system. Like I said, we are working with the state of Utah right now in review of our application to be able to create, this system and to be compliant with the state of Utah. That's what we want to do more than anything. As you guys know, I served our country. I served in the Iraq war multiple times, and I don't want to go to another country to run a business. And I think over the next, 12 to 18 months, we're going to have clarity on the direction of crypto. We're going to have a framework we can work off of, and that's what we want to do. We want to be at the forefront of that market. We want to be leading the innovation within our country here. So How does this work? We have two different tiers of NFTs. We have the ambassador class and then we have the founder class. Right now, what's primarily selling is the founder class. I'll just be completely honest with you. We've already sold through 850 of the first 1,000 on tier one. That's a $999 price point, $1,000 price point. Our prices will be increasing to $1,300. I can't guarantee you the exact time because it's based on the amount of sales, but based on the trend that we have going on, I could see that lasting less than a couple days, maybe 3 to 4 days max. Okay. So if you guys are looking to lock in at a lower price point, I recommend you guys do that as soon as possible. All right, here's a little bit about our roadmap. I went through our roadmap in great detail on our last call. Go ahead and watch that call. But essentially what we're doing is we're going through, we're forming the DAO, we're creating everything that needs to be created for us to launch. The roadmap is a moving target on dates, okay, because it is dependent on the state. So right now we have our application submitted. We will have our let me restate that. Right now, we have our preliminary application in getting submitted. And from there, we'll see if there's any changes that we need to make. If there's any changes, I'll come on, I'll do a live. I'll tell you what the state is having us change. But I don't foresee it being anything major. Okay. Now, the second to last thing to talk about here is adopting the tech. Like I said, we are doing tech as a product. That is the innovation that we are bringing to the direct sales space, tech as a product. I talked about the hardware. Why we needed the hardware was to now go and create the software. And that's what we did. Cloud X powered software, giving people control over their data through open source software. Okay. There's a lot of softwares out there, guys, that allow you to keep control of your data and maintain your privacy. We just don't know about them because we got so used to those little clicks and checkboxes. Click here, click there, give up your control. You just have to find the software that works for your needs, if that's what you're looking for, okay? As you guys know, our data is very valuable. Corporations are using it every single day to I'll use the word attack us with ads, target us with ads, okay? You hear that targeted ads, you think, well, what, I'm a target now? They're shooting at me? Yes, they are attacking you. These corporations are attacking you and your family to get as much money as they can out of you, okay? Every single day we're making impulse buys on social media. People are going into debt, buying things that they don't need because they found a way to get into our homes and create an impulse, right? Create a behavior, an impulse buy within our home at midnight, at 2 a.m. when you're scrolling through social media. Ask yourself, how much have you spent? I want you to ask yourself very seriously right now, how much money have you spent online in the last 30 to 120 days in the middle of the night when you see a cool ad? Maybe some of you guys at zero say, I don't really care. It doesn't affect me, but I know there's people out there because this is a multi-billion, maybe even $1 trillion industry that we are getting imposed on us right now every single day. Now, the way that we start to take back control is through our product of IN8 Hub. Okay, IN8 Hub is a collective, a suite of products. It's our drive for files and photos. It's our docs for collaborating on, PowerPoint doc and slides. It's our Connect, which is our own web conferencing and communication channels. As a matter of fact, our DAO community, it will not be run on Discord. It will not be run on Telegram. It will be run on our own IN8 Connect. It'll be chat, voice, and video for our DAO communications. Okay, so we will be a product of our own product, utilizing IN8 Connect and IN8 Drive. And then you have IN8 Desk. That is your mail, calendar, and phone book. Just to be clear, the mail right now is just connecting your mail through a server settings, okay, and pulling all your mail in. What we will have our own ability to sell email in the future. We're just not set up to do so for right now. That's just a caveat. I want to make sure I'm clear on that. All right. So the IN8 Hub is giving us the ability to replace different products and services from big tech like Google Drive or Dropbox, Microsoft Office or Google Docs, Zoom, meetings, etc. So these are ways that we can now go and eliminate those subscriptions and start paying yourself, if you will. Start securing your own data by utilizing your own virtual private cloud and utilizing software that prioritizes privacy and data security. Okay. Last thing here, guys, we're going to go through is promoting the products, the innate business side of things. Now, what I want you guys to understand, guys, is the future of business. Like I said in the beginning, direct sales companies right now are starting to say, oh, we maybe should eliminate this whole MLM model and let's just go affiliate. We've seen it over and over. There's been an uproar in the industry from some leaders saying this, we cannot stand for this. And I agree. But why not offer both? Why not do both? Why not offer as much as you can? Why change the model? And we want to do that through our business, through our brand partner program. You guys will have an influencer program. You guys will have your traditional direct sales network marketing model. You'll be able to do social sales. You'll be able to do team sales. You'll be able to do direct sales. You'll have compensation for high ticket items, just like you'll have compensation for subscription low ticket items. This is what I call a full spectrum company where we'll be able to have users in the poorest countries in the world to the richest countries in the world. And I don't like saying it like that, from the most developed nations in the world to the emerging markets around the world. We will be able to offer products and services for every single walk of life. And I think that's what it's all about. It's being able to include everybody in one system and be as fair as possible. To me, that is the core of decentralization. Like I said, we're owned by the people. We're run by the people. We have a plug and play business that we have. And the way to become part of this is obviously you have a membership that we are selling. This membership is an annual membership. We have our IN8 Ambassador membership and then our IN8 Founder, $750 or $1,500. It goes through all the benefits. You guys can look these up on your own time, if you will. I'm not going to go through absolutely everything. The one thing I want you guys to know, by buying a membership, we are also gifting you a DAO seat, an NFT credit, okay? So if you just buy the membership today, you'll automatically be a member of the DAO. So you have that vote and you have that voice within our community. Now, if you want to have more influence, you can do that by purchasing additional NFTs, okay? You get one with your membership, but if you want to purchase more because you say, hey, I'm going to go all in on this, I'm going to buy 500 of them, okay? I'm all in, I'm buying 500 of them. Now you have 500 votes within the DAO. You have more influence. People are going to look to you. So that is the concept of decentralization. We are putting a cap on how many people can buy because we don't want one entity to own it all. It will be truly decentralized. We won't allow an entity to own more than X percentage. I think the percentage has not been defined, but we haven't had that problem yet. So if we see somebody trying to buy too many, we will actually limit them and say, hey, that's enough. Save some for everybody else. Okay. Our brand partner sales bonuses, as you guys know, we have our basic compute nodes out there. We have 3 different ways that you can buy: the own, the lease, and the co-own. The prices are on your screen there. But if you're looking for, big ticket items to sell, I know one of my good friends, Mr. Travis Flaherty, every single day, is making sales. Eric Garrison every single day is making sales. We had the privilege of sitting down with a good friend of Eric, Mr. Randy out there, and just some amazing things that are happening within our sales organization for these high ticket sales items. But as well for people that are in emerging markets, being able to get involved in the cloud compute space for as little as $280 one time. Absolutely unheard of here. All right, guys. So a little bit about the compensation plan. I'm not going to go into all the detail. This isn't a training or anything like that, but I want you guys to understand what we've done is we've created a 3-level direct sales bonus with dynamic compression. Okay. That means if you are not active in the current structure, there's a lot of people that are not active here. If they are not active and somebody in the downline purchases one of these memberships, they're going to get jumped. They're going to get skipped. And the bonus is going to go up to the next person that's active. I thought that was the fairest thing, because if you're not going to make the decision to become active and to be part of this movement, I'm giving every single person that was in my former organization the opportunity to participate in this. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you don't want to, you're also not going to get compensated for it. So make the decision today, guys. You're going to miss out on potentially hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, just in the direct sales bonuses over the next year. It's a one-time, well, it's an annual, one time a year membership. With that, you get the NFT. So you're basically getting double value for a one-time or the annual purchase there. Our rank bonuses, we've moved to 2 enrollment legs. There's only 50% line max on the rank bonuses there. We made it very, very simple with these high ticket items to be able to go out there and sell this and make a good residual. And obviously our team commissions up to 20%. And that's all I got for you guys today. It is the idea of joining this revolution. Join the DAO, adopt the tech, promote the products. That's all you have to go out there and do, guys. We invite you guys. This is invite only for the next 90 days, guys. We're going to be in pre-launch. We'll be coming out with more information. As of this coming week, guys, we will be restarting our global calls. These are going to be our weekly updates and recognition calls. We will be sending out the time and place for those via our communication channel. So please make sure you connect with us on all of our socials, Instagram being the biggest one, IN8 Tech. Okay, is our handle. And also please follow us or subscribe to us on our YouTube channel for any up-to-date information. Videos will be posted on YouTube and on our Instagram. So with that, guys, take care. I appreciate you guys. To be considered active, you have to have a membership. That's what it is. Founder membership or an ambassador membership. All right. So with that, guys, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much and have a phenomenal weekend. We will see you guys all very soon.
Recording stopped.